Welcome to the CIA podcast. My name is Mike Glazer, the head of the CIA interns underneath the Denver airport. That's right. Since last I was able to make these videos, there was a gap while we were doing the transition with our new president and the 4K fathers. By the 4K fathers, I mean, of course, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk, the new Mount Rushmore in NFT form. Since then, I have been given the promotion to head of the interns at the CIA underneath the Denver airport. Me, Mike Glazer, having more responsibility, knowing deeper truths, able to pull back the curtain for all of you and say, hey, here's what's really happening in our country from the source, the CIA. So let's get right into it. Thank you to all of the people who have subscribed and stayed with me through this large gap between videos. It means so much to me, and I know it means so much to everyone at the CIA as well. Let's get into it. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space program, made massive leaps forward by sending an all-female astronaut team into space for 11 minutes. Unheralded times, unprecedented times. Katy Perry, Gail King, Lauren Sanchez, some biophysicist, some rocket scientist, and some film producer also. But we don't need to know their names because we're focused on Katy Perry, Gail King, and Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' wife. It doesn't really matter that one of them is from Singapore and it's the first Singaporean in space. None of that matters because Katy Perry, Gail King, and Jeff Bezos' wife, Lauren Sanchez, went to space and then came back to Earth. And that's also important. No one exploded. Nobody changed life forms. Nobody was abducted by some alien bacteria that makes you puke blood against the glass and have to be quarantined. None of that happened. All that happened was Katy Perry saying "What a Wonderful World," and we know what her track list is now for her new upcoming album. That's what really matters. That's what really matters. That's what this country was founded on. So let's dive a little bit deeper into what this means for our country. First and foremost, there's been so much pushback against Katy Perry for being one of the first female astronauts to ever go to space. I'm sorry, jealousy much? We at the CIA chose her through rigorous testing, Billboard charts, Grammy nominations, how many subscribers she has on YouTube, those kinds of tests to decide that she should go to space. Her father is a pastor. She's religious. These are the types of things that get you into the upper echelon of A-list celebrity, pop stars, that gets you into space, okay? She's one of the first women ever in space. That's undeniable. And for any kind of pushback from mainstream media, podcasts, the manosphere is so short-sighted and so silly. We at the CIA have been scrambling all day. We're scrubbing as much of this pushback as we can from the internet. We're faking AI technology using deepfakes to flood social media with thumbs up for Katy Perry. We're using all of the technology that us and China have working together to get rid of this propaganda that she's out of touch and flood it with our own deepfake saying how in touch she is. But it's just not enough. And it's so frustrating that the American population is so short sighted when the government has your best issues in mind. Like, for instance, that was an 11-minute outer orbit into orbit space thing. Imagine when we are able to send vacuum cleaners into space. Imagine when we are able to send, like, this is the first step towards Mars, people. We have 4K forefathers. Our new 4K forefathers, Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Zucks. They are leading us into the future. Elon Musk is going to get all of the celebrities to live on Mars while we destroy the planet here on Earth. But while we're destroying this planet, we're going to have people like Katy Perry and Gayle King up there needing supplies from us. So when America is nothing more than minimum wage, the year is 2035, the minimum wage has gone from 7.28 down to 6.35 so that you have to work even harder because hustle mindset is where it's at. And we're sending all of our supplies with Amazon Plus Plus, Amazon Outer Space Plus, Amazon Cosmo Plus up to Katy Perry because she needs a Brita filter and we have to get it to her. She's our better. It's so short-sighted. The American population is stupid sometimes. I'm sorry to say it, but you guys just don't get it. You don't get it sometimes. Gail King is being told that she went on a ride. She's an astronaut. She's one of the first female astronauts in space. You're going to tell me that Gail King is not the same as Sunita Williams? Yeah, well, let me tell you this. Sure, Sunita Williams was the first woman to fly into space, and she has done 9 spacewalks, and she has also run the Boston Marathon in space. And one day she was supposed to take an 8-day trip to outer space, but it ended up becoming a 9-month program because of all these malfunctions. And yes, she was hit with radiation. And yes, microgravity made her chin and everything longer, and her lungs were hurting from outer space radiation. And yes, she lost bone density. And yes, her muscles atrophied. So when she finally landed back here on Earth, she couldn't even walk out of the spaceship and they had to put her in a wheelchair. Sure, she's also an astronaut, but so is Gail King. All right? A little bit of respect for our new female astronauts. Please, it's a sisterhood. Makes me so upset. So upset. By the way, Sunita Williams, who was supposed to take an 8-day trip into space that ended up being 9 months, the CIA gave a little wink and a nod to her with their new film, Mickey 17. If you haven't seen Mickey 17, it's from the director of Parasite. And the director of Parasite wrote Mickey 17 as a wink to the day when we can 3D print humans and send them out to be killed over and over and over so that we can learn lessons and grow and live on places like Mars. Thank you, Elon Musk. So what we did was we tricked Sunita Williams and said, oh, it's just an 8-day flight. Send her up there. And then we were like, oh, no, there's all these malfunctions. But if you do your duty as an astronaut and stay up there for 9 months, and then we can see if it kills you, you'll actually be helping us long term, big picture. And she said yes, and sure, her chin got long, and sure, she couldn't walk when she landed back here, but she's a hero just like Katy Perry. They're all heroes. And some would even say Lauren Sanchez, when she got the UFO clutch from the Kardashians after she landed back here, is also a hero. And she is. So thank you to our all female astronaut team. You are the real heroes, and we salute you. And it doesn't matter that we have no idea whether this is going to destroy the climate or not. And we are pushing the idea that climate change isn't real. And we wish you would finally believe it. Why aren't you believing that climate change isn't real? Some of you are, and those of you who are doing it are helping us with our space age technology. Those of you who are like, oh no, there's acid rain and there's more floods than ever, and the temperature of the earth is skyrocketing. Shut up. Shut up. Do you want to see Katy Perry go to space or do you not? Okay? It's that simple. We don't know how much carbon monoxide, how much gas, how much fire is being leaked into the air and destroying our ozone layer with every space launch. We have no way to know because we've never done it. So let us do it and then learn how to do it. Please, climate change is false. And we are putting that out there every single day. And people like Greta Thunberg are ruining it for us. So now we're doing deep fakes of her. And we're getting her to be like, actually, climate change is false. I was wrong. And we're pumping that out. And we're working with China every day to get those things out to you. We're doing our best, folks. We're doing our best here at the CIA. If you're not ahead, then you're behind, and if you're behind, you lose. And we are a superpower who is actively trying to become number one again. And I think we can all agree that we're not number one, which is why people like RFK are doing their best to do things like eradicate autism. But all of you are like, don't do it, don't do it. It's maddening here at the CIA, okay? I hate to transition, but RFK said, we're going to cure autism by September. And all of you were like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want autism? Do you want autism? Because to me, we don't want what we want is white Christian men and women who are pregnant. That's it. And I don't think that's too much to ask. That's all our agenda is winning. And I hate when we're a country of losers because all we want to do is win. And to win, we got to get rid of autism. And I hate how the mainstream media is also saying things like, oh, he's going to be anti-vax. He hates vaccines. He also said we're going to be looking into environment, vaccines, women's pregnancy, genetics. He said we're looking into all of the possibilities that might cause autism. But all you want to focus on are the main ones that he keeps trumpeting, like anti vax. What about the idea that there's a million pieces of plastic in your tea bags? Did you ever think that drinking tea from a tea bag might cause autism? No, but he's going to look that up and decide if tea bags need to be banned because he is our head of health and he cares about us. It's not just vaccines, it's plastics in our bodies, it's these phones on our hips that might cause autism. So maybe we need to get them implanted into the back of your brain. Why do you think Elon Musk is working on Neuralink? It's because these phones might cause autism, but if you're plugged into the mainframe back here, then you won't have autism anymore. But we don't know until we do the research and we start plugging you in. So let us plug you in and let us get rid of autism. It's so crazy. Kennedy said, and I quote, these are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They're never going to go on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. Okay? Also, notice how he's not saying it could be God's will. And that is another beautiful thing about this current administration. We use the idea of God's will when it makes sense. If it's about a woman's body and a Bobo's, then we got to go with God's will and we can't do anything about it. Sorry, you're out of luck. We got to ban those things. But when it comes to autism, there's no way that's God's will. That's vaccines. So why don't you open up your brain, let us Neuralink you in, and let's be a part of the solution instead of a part of the problem, huh? A little bit more yes and a little bit less no but. How about that? How about that? Blue Origin, blue sky, the beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, Mr. Rogers would have wanted you to be a little bit more on board with this administration, and it's making my life as an intern incredibly hard. So, how about a little bit of ball play, huh? While we're throwing you underhand softballs, and all you got to do is smack them back to us. Anyway, also, I do want to note that if you do think you have autism, it's very hard to test for, and we're not interested in having tests for it. What we're interested in is eradicating it. It's something called eugenics. You, as in iPhone, but eugenics. Okay, it's a good thing. It's all about you. We want you to have a happy, healthy life. It's a good thing for all of you. Also, if you're in Hollywood, saying you have autism, whether you've been tested or not, and it's hard to test, it might help your career. So lean into that if you want to. That's fine. Anyway, it's great to be back. It feels so good to get this information to you. We're really excited for Blue Origin to start getting further and further from the Earth so we can get those celebrities on Mars. And by the time we can get to Mars, we'll be able to send poor people out there and walk around Mickey 17 style on Mars to make sure it's safe for our Illuminati, for our A-list celebrities, for Young Thug, people like that. So as soon as we get far enough away, that's when we will start using minimum wage workers, open back up immigration. But until then, we got to tighten immigration up. We got to tighten it up, okay? We got to tighten immigration up until it serves us better. And then when it does, we'll release a bunch of immigrants to Mars. That's the other thing. I forgot. Another great thing about Blue Origin is ICE is going to start using it, and we're just going to release immigrants into space and see how they do. And that'll be good research for when we need to get to Mars. So think about it. Do we want to move on? Do we want to be technologically advanced? Do we want to grow and evolve not only as Americans, but as a species? Or do we want to let people live? You make the choice, but to me, it's so obvious at the CIA, it's so obvious. We are going to send immigrants to space. That's research, baby. That's science, and that's the CIA. And that's why I love this country, and that's why I love working underneath the Denver airport where I can tell you the truth at all times. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. We are the truth. The truth is out there, and the truth is in here. All right? And I had a saying that I wanted to say as a slogan at the end of this, but I can't remember what it is. So until next time, see you in orbit. Katy Perry, we love you.